Eriskay me Rèidio Albannach Astràilia-a-Deas agus fáilte an Comunn Rèidio Albannach Astràilia-a-Deas ag coig EBI Union 3.1 FM digital EBI World News an line. Is Misha Renich Gary. Good afternoon, happy St. David's Day, and welcome to Scottish Radio Hour here at 5 EBI 103.1 FM or digital EBI World. My name is Rachel Hay, and a special welcome to anyone listening from further afield with our streaming service at www.5ebi.com.au. How are you today? I myself am well, and I'm back in Australia now, so this is a live show again, and I'm in the studio. Hamish Macalior, agus leis go bhfuil mi erasure in Australia ha an program seo acrylic gobeo réist, agus misha in studio. Hamish son toshiki, mar is avish ran, lenaiach behechen. Ach, had tor skillach gan elden chachen seo, bien behechen. Mar sin, chi sin, and be room galior sa program son skillach gan elle. I want to start this show, as I usually do, with This Week in Animal News. There's actually a lot of animal news stories this week, often there's none, so we might have to see if there's time left afterwards for other stories. We'll get the bad news out of the way first. A recent report by Nature Scotland has said that without intervention, capercaillies are likely to be extinct in Scotland within the next 30 years. First, round zich hier in Nature Scotland for Kilngaret, can be a capercaille at dol a b a ciawn figure plena sa jech, mur in Jane Durnia, Breton Gianni Rave. Ha aravan caperin challe, lwdige gemor, san lechir blena shachai, agus collas, chanelach mele you erakel an an alpa. The numbers have declined significantly since the 1970s, and there may be less than 1,000 of them left, with very low breeding success, making them an endangered species in Scotland. Most of them live in the Cairngorms National Park. Ha seo a cilachig, gyfel a haperchola awn gwnisht. Ha grwn achtarin a jean of seo. A mesg maldian rwega, garagan, agus tyganan a gichan yn uyan achga, mich dyria torsbolig na larich bre achga, agus fensichan fei. Factors behind the decline include foxes, crows, and pine martens eating eggs and chicks, disturbance by visitors to areas where they breed, and also collisions with deer fences. These are all problems which the investigating subgroup of Nature Scotland has suggested solutions to, of course, such as trapping pine martens to release them elsewhere, removing deer fences, and creating larger refuges free from human disturbance. Ach eta skillian ag Nature Scotland, mar esiample, a trapag ng teugen, agus gan glwasad gwaachela, agus a curbachian Dynia. First, Lorna Slater, al parliament, son di imadach, a capran pala le moralach, agus grey, iveach do galape, mar sin hami a gafel curum, yen kuch lwtachig achga. Capercaillie are magnificent birds and an iconic species for Scotland, said the Biodiversity Minister, Lorna Slater, so I'm deeply concerned that their population continues to decline. This underlines the need to redouble our efforts to work in partnership and at the landscape scale to reverse these declines. A shot of shell thing solid, gymfeim sin ar kuch immerstel olesahi, id ire na chire, gustata chur na wuldachi an seo. Kudjach, horst oras gleitachas anjamian isbechen iarich, gym bechorda madian droga avaravig ladunia. The Game and Wildlife Conservation Trust have said that there should be a commitment to lethal control of foxes, their words, not mine, and comment, however unpalatable this may be in certain quarters, again that's in quotes. There was another news story this week about stricter controls on fox hunting. I am not the person to comment on either of these things, since I grew up keeping chickens, and foxes are therefore my mortal enemy. Leis gyfel maldi yn rwga mar nafro a stiegon ciarc yn y chwmwl hobli yn ych. Ach cydioch, mi fion ela y graag yn bwchwrt o fachi yn y fi lwch cosiach na'n cyn, lwch threpi agos lwch bicycle, elns yn sgire, nyr y fi a chapercholi a bre. It's also been suggested that access to certain areas of land for dog walkers, hill walkers and mountain bikers should be restricted during the capercaillie breeding season. And as I said last month, I can't find a song about capercaillies, so here's one sung by the group called It has been 15 years since the Eriskay Pony Society was founded. Comunn Rèidio na Albannach Astràilia-a-Deas van a chai a chóir bhain caniamh an taos de loch beastal an a nuas de jes an a míle nóchéad trífichat sa da dhéag. Sé Comunn Gléitachas agus lesaí Eriskay an taniam offigal a bhara an elm sin, ach ratharéchiad an taniam go Comunn Rèidio an a míle nóchéad trífichat sa hoch dhéag. The society, known in full as the Association for the Preservation and Development of the Eriskay Pony, was formed in 1972 at a meeting in the Loch Boisdale Hotel in South Uist. The Rare Species Conservation Trust estimates that there are less than 300 Eriskay ponies left in the world, and it's thought to be the last of Scotland's native horse species. Eriskay na Gléan Dearg a Thomas Gavel na slugan a tríchéad Eriskay erasure san dúil. Yen bheag gré an teach Eriskay an fér muérig de dhéch a bhuachasach na halpa. An Comunn an beach taharste sa bheach a mu ann an Eriskay san tolting. Cudjach caiet a gopur cóir Comunn Rèidio Eriskay san scoil Eriskay a rún bheith an fasceir deach bliana a lesachig gus an beachte tashpani ann. The Society plans to hold an event in Eriskay in September to mark its 50th anniversary. They're also working with the Eriskay Historical Society to develop the Eriskay School, which closed in 2013, to include an exhibition or museum space as well as offices. The Society's secretary, Sandra McInnes, said, "Horses are a vital part of the island's heritage and environment. It is encouraging that the Society has been able to protect this native species." Ha na heich fia chuddermach a húg dúilchas agus áraneach an elam, thuairs Sandra na Chinnis rúnar a chumin. Ha a thuairs toglí gon deach a chumin dían a thuairs a gré a rúchasach seo. Ha ma fast chuddermach yen immerstagen, gewel an áramh de dhéich Eriskach full bháin a siarás an dáchuid sna helanan agus erfiag of ratting. It's an important part of our work that the number of purebred Eriskay ponies is growing, both on the islands and across Britain. And it's about time for our first song. I didn't manage to find one about ponies, but here's the Eriskay Love Lilt. And as unusual as it would be for me to play this one in English rather than Gaelic, I found a recording of Judith Durham from the Seekers singing it. So here you go. Judith Durham singing the Eriskay Love Lilt.
Sad am I without Sad am I without
Speed body boat like a bird on the wing, onward the sailors cry. Carry the lad that's born to be king over the sea to sky. Though the waves leap, soft shall ye sleep, ocean's the royal bed. Rocked in the deep, Flora will keep watch by your weary head. Speed bonny boat like a bird on the wing, on the sailors cry. Carry the lad that's born to be king over the sea to sky. Many's the lad fought on that day, well the claymore could wield. When the night came, silently lay dead on Culloden's field. Speed bonny boat like a bird on the wing, onward the sailors cry. Carry the lad that's born to be king over the sea to sky. Bond at our homes, exile and death, scatter the loyal men. Yet ere the sword cool in the sheath, cheerly will come again. Sweet bonny boat like a bird on the wing, onward the sailors cry. Carry the lad that's born to be king over the sea to sky.
That was Kenneth McKellar with the Skyboat song, and there's exciting news from Skye this week. The world's largest Jurassic pterosaur, a winged reptile, has been found protruding from rocks on the Isle of Skye. Chai fossil Eriskay Jurasachas Mels yn Tŵl Olodeg awn sy'n Elen Sgianach, leis yn Olodach Amelia Penny, awn yn 2016. PhD student Amelia Penny initially spotted its sharp-toothed jaw in 2017, but it has now been removed for a detailed examination and the studies have been published. We now know, for example, that it had a wingspan of 2.5 meters, and also that the species is new to science. It's been given a new name, Jarch Skianach, which is Gaelic for lizard from Skye. I was going to say sky lizard, but you can't hear the E in Skye, so it sounds like a silly name if I just say sky lizard. It's lizard from Skye, as in the name of the island. Ysgeir answch eich nafen, Hafif seiciolach yn ynys dechrau ffeisacing yn reis o roa, agus cwdiach gyda Eriskay da feta Galactus. Agus chai yn greu animnachag, jarc, sgïachnach. Chaniel ffosil yn jarc sgïach, gytrich hoslwan yr eisio. Mae'r hechioen hacnaf yn earthram as brish gachga. Pterodactyl fossils are rarely as complete as this. Like birds, they have very light bones, which makes them fragile and difficult to preserve as fossils. And for a fossil, it's in very good condition, which lets scientists at the Universities of Edinburgh and St Andrews and at National Museum Scotland to learn a lot more about its lifestyle and behaviour. Leis gyfel am fossil hors slan, syring do iolch yn olhau dynedion, olhau nerfeldra agus tai tasgu yn olfa, môr yn iawn sy'n chi, mae e'n bipio agus doi yn iwl yn jarc sgea. Horst Olaf Steve Brissett, fo olhau dynedion, gyfel na sar osol Albannach. Hasio myra fel ach horstje, an knaf yn asjar awn yn brethen, eich iawn bach i'r bliana. Professor Steve Brissett from the University of Edinburgh called it a superlative Scottish fossil. The preservation is amazing, he said, far beyond any pterosaur ever found in Scotland, and probably the best British skeleton found since the days of Mary Anning in the early 1800s. It's about time for our next song, and I thought a total change of pace. Can I interest you in some bad puns? Here's Colin Buchanan with Did You See What Dinosaur?
Well, did you see what dinosaur? A colossal piece of fossil. We all think that extinct. Nice try, Rhinoceros. Triceratops, get the point. Come on, blow your horn. You've tried the rest, now take the test and try Ceratops. Well, did you see what dinosaur? A colossal piece of fossil. We all think that extinct. Nice try, Rhinoceros. Pterodactyl, I gotta fly, a reptile or a bird. Not too smart, but fills my heart full of terror. Dactyl. Or did you see what dinosaur? A colossal piece of fossil. We all think that extinct. Nice try, Rhinoceros. Brontosaurus, Mr. Plod eats veggies in a bog. We said hello, but wouldn't you know, I don't think Bronto saw us. Did you see what dinosaur? A colossal piece of fossil. We all think that extinct. Nice try, Rhinoceros. Diplodocus, overweight with belly quite enormous. Hit her head and her mother said, next time, Diplodocus. Did you see what dinosaur? A colossal piece of fossil. We all think that extinct. Nice try, Rhinoceros. Scientist who looked for fossils ate a mouldy tin of salmon. He felt sore and the doc said you're a very pale Eontologist. Did you see what dinosaur? A colossal piece of fossil. We all think that extinct. A nice try, Rhinoceros. We all think that extinct. A nice try, Rhinoceros.
was a fiddle tune called Out on the Ocean. And speaking of things out on the ocean, we have dolphin news this week. A team from the University of Aberdeen has found a way to use drones to see whether dolphins are pregnant. Hasgeba fo olhau op y yen 2 ŵr a chrwychig, gus feistrychig mi yen troimet leimed yn mara a chrynachig. Lach gyd dronich agus hon siet na jalavan. Be leimed yn mara nas chua nur a vesit the gilon lei. They can capture aerial images and measure the body width of dolphins to see which ones are expecting a baby. Previously, marine scientists were only able to know about wild dolphin pregnancies when one was seen with a calf. Scientists from the University of Aberdeen have spent more than 30 years monitoring bottlenose dolphins in the Murray Firth Special Area of Conservation. Ha olhau op yen sŵl chwmwl deimad maris yn dyn o fyrdd fychelm ffeichat blin as a jech, agus hera gyfel sio yn dwy nio laif chech y fan a yen of cynchach a fel deimad yn maris drawn. Uerit yn dwy ymach leis yn dachwch jalwan, agus feastrachig facht pwynach. This is considered the first non-invasive way to establish whether protected female bottlenose dolphins are pregnant, and it was a long-term study which compared aerial images with information such as whether a female later had a calf and what age the calf was. Dr. Barbara Cheney of University of Aberdeen said, "We only knew about successful pregnancies. We didn't know how many pregnancies failed or how many calves died before we saw them. Similar studies have been carried out for larger whales, but as far as we know, this is the first time it has been done for small cetaceans." Rostol of Barbara Cheney, but all high up in, gyda feisach gebyen Donovan Raya, a charo feisach gyfiet lwg a fasich sa frain niog yma og. Hayat yn dwg yn bi a feisdrachig jod porch chayf feisdrachig mi yen slantje slemad y mara a siemplis a fel biog gylior achga agos masin yr earth. It's hoped that data on miscarriages and calf deaths will help provide information about the health of the dolphins and shed further light on causes of population change, such as lack of food. I have no segue for you here. Here's some pipe music. sibh géisteach rí Rèidio Albannach Astràilia-a-Deas ag coig EBI yn 93.1 FM digitach I Word no Srig an line. You're listening to Scottish Radio Hour on 5EBI 103.1 FM, digital EBI World, or streaming online. Program seoir son nuach well Alba agus van plúach Albannach a seo an in Astràilia-a-Deas agus fiach na dúcha. This program is for those interested in all things relating to Scotland and the Scottish diaspora here in Australia. Maha se verson techa churhugging agus bhí nuair bal radio cha bhí sin ach deachtála ach bliana chur a fan go maire ag neánig ceid in 3 seach da coig 3 seach. If you'd like to help us stay on air, you can become a member for only $10 a year. To find out more or to get an application form, please ring Margot on 0413 722 537. That's 0413 722 537. And it's just about time for the What's On. And there's a lot in March. Now, I'm getting my information from the SASA Datebook, Scottish Associations of South Australia, which was published at the start of the year. Now, they do have a note in the front of the book saying the material as published is correct at the time of going to print, but the inevitable alterations throughout the year's calendar should be allowed for. And obviously at the end of last year I was saying it's been nearly 12 months since the book was published, there are new COVID restrictions, so phone the people to double check, and that all still holds true, even though it's more likely to be accurate than it was at the end of the year because it's only just been printed. Anyway, lots of events in March, beginning this Saturday with the Clan MacLeod breakfast at 9 a.m. at the Birkenhead Tavern, Riverview Street. Now, you should RSVP by tomorrow, Wednesday the 2nd of March, and you can RSVP to the president. Yes, to the president of the Clan MacLeod Society. I normally tell you to RSVP to the secretary, but the president's number is given here as the person to RSVP to. So that's Mr. Trevor Powell, and you should contact the number 0419 819 834. That's 0419 819 834 to confirm that you wish to attend the Clan MacLeod breakfast at 9 a.m. this Saturday, coming at the Birkenhead Tavern. Also this Saturday, the Royal Scottish Country Dance Society is having a day of dance, 10 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at the Westbourne Park UCA, which is 27 Sussex Terrace, Hawthorne. Now, I think this might be an oversight in the SASA Datebook, but I can't actually find any contact details for the RSCDS, so I'm going to direct you to contact Margot, who usually knows about this sort of stuff, and her number, as I've just mentioned, is 0413 722 537 to find out more about the RSCDS Day of Dance this coming Saturday, 10 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. So, next weekend, not this one coming up immediately, but the one after that, begins Friday in the evening. I presume in the evening. It doesn't actually say. The Manapara Caledonian Society is having a St. Patrick's social dance at the Grenville Hub, 6 Playford Boulevard, Elizabeth. So, considering that they don't even mention what time they're starting, you should definitely contact the Manapara Caledonian Society. So you can contact their secretary, Sylvia, on 0438 839 680. That's 0438 839 680 if you're interested in attending the Manapara Caledonian Society's St. Patrick's Social Dance on Friday the 11th of March. And then on Saturday the 12th, there is a Highland dancing competition at the Port Adelaide Caledonian Society Hall, which is 189 Sevenfour Road, Exeter, and begins at 9 a.m. Now, I can only presume that if you're going to be competing in this competition, you probably already know all the details. But for those who want to find out more, maybe go and watch, you should contact the Port Adelaide Caledonian Society, and you would do that by contacting Chief Jenny Niven. Her mobile number is 0400 896 131. That's 0400 896 131. Or by email at jenny, jenny.niven, Niven, @hotmail.com. Then we get to Sunday the 13th of March, which is my dad's birthday, so happy birthday to him. And there are 2 picnics. Clan Campbell at St Helens Park Prospect, and they've got an asterisk saying depending on COVID restrictions, so you should definitely contact their secretary if you're a Campbell and you're interested in going, or if you're not a Campbell and you're interested in going. Contact Mrs. Judy Campbell at 0413 316 021. It's 0413 316 021, or by email at campbelljr@optusnet.com.au. That's to double check that the Clan Campbell picnic is going ahead Sunday the 13th of March, St Helens Park, Prospect. Now, if you're a MacDonald, you shouldn't attend, both for obvious reasons and also because there's a Clan Donald picnic on the same day at the Gums Park, McGill at 11 a.m. So for the Clan Donald picnic on the 13th of March, you should contact the Clan Donald secretary, which is Alita Kelly, at 0434 548 603. That's 0434 548 603, or email historiclady7@yahoo.com. That's for the Clan Donald picnic, and there is a Clan Campbell one the same day, as I've mentioned, different places, which is probably just as well. And then, moving forward another weekend, to the 19th, Saturday the 19th of March, there's a Port Adelaide Caledonian Society pop-up market, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Port Adelaide Caledonian Society Hall, 189 Semaphore Road, Exeter. This happens every month, but nevertheless, still double check with the Port Adelaide Caledonian Society Chief, Jenny Niven, which is 0400 96131, or email jennyniven@hotmail.com to double check about the pop-up market at Port Adelaide Caledonian Society Hall, Exeter, on Saturday the 19th of March. Tuesday the 22nd, the Robert Burns Study Group is meeting 7:30 p.m. in the Corner Room at the Burnside Council offices on the corner of Portrush and Greenhill Roads. You should check with the Burns Study Group, and the contact for that is John Thornton. So that's 0409 863 235, 0409 863 235, or email johnjan4, now that's JOHNJAN4 @gmail.com if you're interested in attending the Robert Burns Study Group, 7:30 p.m. Tuesday the 22nd at the Burnside Council offices. And then Saturday 26th of March, Port Adelaide Caledonian Society High Tea and Musical Afternoon, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at the Port Adelaide Caledonian Society Hall in Exeter. So again, if you're interested in attending that, it seems like the sort of thing you would need to RSVP for, but so double check anyway, contact Jenny Niven, again 0400 896131, or email jenny.niven@hotmail.com if you're interested in the Port Adelaide Caledonian Society High Tea and Musical Afternoon on Saturday 26th of March. And that brings us to the end of March as per the SASA date book, so that's probably enough What's On to be getting on with.
The What's On is brought to you by our sponsors, the Scottish Banner newspaper. The Scottish Banner is Australia's national Scottish newspaper, available each month with news from Scotland and the Australian Scottish community. Get your copy at newsagents or by subscribing at www.scottishbanner.com. For a good Scottish read, get the Banner.
Scottish Radio are looking for more sponsors. So if you own a small business or would be interested in supporting our program, please get in touch with us. You can have a small sponsorship announcement on the radio like the one you've just heard, and reach a wider audience in the Scottish community and beyond, because a lot of different people listen to 5EBI. Get in touch with us at Scottish Radio and chat to our secretary Margot Mernitz on 0413 722 537, or get in touch with us by our email address, scotradiosa, that's all one word, scotradiosa@gmail.com. And somewhat related to that, here's the massed virtual Gaelic choirs singing Horan de Wave, Give Me Your Hand. A new polar bear cub, born in December at the Highland Wildlife Park near Aviemore, is a little boy. Chai olsachig grawn ferran a ha an collion mahan van rugig san dúlach ag park fiag vehe na gaeltach anan agi vor. Haniel anyam ast ach sé Victoria a hir a vahir agus sé Seamus a hir a vrahir a chai vre anan davel as a shachdig. Besson be Seamus a chid vahan van a rugig ans an rioch genigje anam fichet bliana sa coig. The cub hasn't been named yet, but his mother is called Victoria, and his older brother, who was the first polar bear cub to be born in the UK in 25 years when he was born in Aviemore in 2017, is called Hamish. The family are currently in a den which is closed off to visitors, but the public will be able to vote on a name for the new cub in the coming weeks. Chanaya mor hloi karam eraich yn ast, gus bec yn fos is prifadach gehors ga is gavahar. Ach, hadul gata gun chej a glos at gekra nas ma sna shachinan a haroin is gymfaich an pobl an cillian an oer shen. Cudjach be karam gavor hloi anyam a horse jes. Well, while you're waiting for the opportunity to see the new baby polar bear, although if you Google him you can see a couple of delightful pictures, you might tune in to Gogglebox UK, which has just cast a Scottish family for the first time since 2016. At the Amos to Farach, gus an collier mahan van eichen, Jamie Yen, Gogglebox. Ha Gogglebox an rioch gerniche, chelwach allopanach a chur sa chead torres an an coig blianachen. Horst Alex Mahan, Art Cowrish Channel Cehir, gyfel lechgen y garanan a urid va alpa yn blaen y siachai Mayen a chusper Shaw. Channel 4's chief executive, Alex Mayen, said that half of the complaints Channel 4 received about programming in Scotland last year were about the lack of Scottish people on Gogglebox. And the leader of the Scottish Conservatives, Douglas Ross, also raised the issue when Channel 4 bosses appeared before MPs in September. Hog Douglas Ross, Cawnach nan Torian alun alpa, a chusper, nuair a rhain conneamh rí Channel 4 san Dolphin. Gedar an a bhíche a hain san a fart, sé óan an og a chaithúg ar a bhfuil Roisin agus Eos. The new Scottish family are a young couple. 23-year-old Roisin and 25-year-old Joe have been together for 4 years and live in Glasgow. And I'm not even going to pretend to find a segue into this next song. We're getting to the end of the programme. We haven't heard from Pete and Diesel yet. Here's a shout out to my fiancé for requesting this one. It's Brandy in the Ari.
We're the P and the D from Stornoway town. We're in a hired van that better not break down. We'll stop for a smoke, some coffee and tea. We'll reach in Bersneggy, grab a burger with cheese. Well, go and pour yourself a little brandy, take it to the Abbey and give it laldy. Go and pour yourself a little brandy, take it to the Abbey and give it laldy. Go and pour yourself a little brandy, take it to the Abbey and give it laldy. Go and pour yourself a little brandy, take it to the Abbey, give it laldy. Take it to the Abbey and give it laldy. Go and pour yourself a little brandy, take it to the Abbey and give it laldy. Go and pour yourself a little brandy, take it to the Abbey, give it laldy. Go and pour yourself a little brandy, take it to the Abbey, give it laldy. From the dash, he said, just ignore it, it's a pile of trash. There's a cove on a bike, and he's in it way. There's Tony Duffy coming to watch us play. Well, go and pour yourself a little brandy, take it to the Abbey and give it laldy. Go and pour yourself a little brandy, take it to the Abbey and give it laldy. Go and pour yourself a little brandy, take it to the Abbey and give it laldy. Go and pour yourself a little brandy, take it to the Abbey, give it laldy. Take it to the Abbey and give it laldy. Go and pour yourself a little brandy, take it to the Abbey and give it laldy. Go and pour yourself a little brandy, give it laldy.
And that's just about all we have time for today on Scottish Radio Hour at 5EBI 103.1 FM. Mar sin é bhua maníis fel Comunn Rèidio Albannach Astràilia-a-Deas ag coig EBI ar 3.1 FM. Cheery and Drasta. lá daimhí sóna gaibhóla agus sarí leibh. Hí sin sibh an átheachking, ach na fallalav, fadechah son uair réidio Albannach ag le uair. Scottish Radio Hour will be back at the same time next week, and of course don't forget Celtic Radio Hour at 5 p.m. on Saturday. And in fact, why go anywhere now? Stick around and listen to our friends at Irish Radio Hour coming up shortly at 1:30. Until then, here's Kathy Fraser.